University. So my name is Andrew Yang, and I have been helping recruit students for Herriot University for quite some time. I'm also joined by my other co-host, Mr. Fardeen Sheikh, who himself was an alumni of Herriot University. He also did his undergrad as well as his master's degree at Herriot University. So he's going to share about some of his experiences as well. Throughout the presentation, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to raise those in the chat box, which you can see on the bottom of your Zoom screen. And we can also always address those questions towards within the presentation as well as after the presentation as well. So now going really into introducing Herriot Watt University to you, one of the questions that I receive a lot, always from parents as well as students, is, well, what makes a UK university, a UK institution, so preferred? When you talk with employers, when you talk with other organizations, a UK degree is just so highly valued and it's globally recognized for high academic standards, and that is really prevalent in Herriot University, a rigorous quality of academics. Once again, you're going to see that at Herriot University. High rankings, a real focus on skill developing all the key skill sets for you in critical thinking, problem solving, research, as well as your communication and analytical skill sets as well. And that really sums up the core focus of Herriot. And you can see here, we're consistently pushing new frontiers, new advancements, new research in many different industries and fields, such as within the sciences, technology, engineering, business, and design. A little bit of interesting fact about us here at Herriot University, of course, is when we were created, we're over 200 years old, and we were established in 1821 in Edinburgh, which is our main campus in Edinburgh, Scotland. We are the eighth oldest higher education institution in the UK. So once again, when you look at history, prestige, access, look no further than Herriot University. And we are the world's first mechanical engineering institution. So we're going to talk about history and how that is really connecting students to the workforce. But that really shows you over 200 years of just consistent network opportunities that is available for you across all of our three different campuses. Next slide. So just to kind of show you exactly all the different opportunities I talked about within the three campuses, our main campus, of course, in the UK, we have over 11,000 students. We, of course, have our campus in the Middle East and Dubai. So for those of you who have heard of, hopefully, Dubai chocolate, right? Look no further. You have Dubai right there, Burj Khalifa, on a region known for excellence, known for advancement, and very modern location as well. And of course, one of my favorite locations, and I'm going to talk a lot about this particular location with you all today, will be in Malaysia. One of the best locations. You have access to so much technology advancements. I'm going to talk about that in just a moment. But you can see here we have something that is really close by in case you don't want to travel too far from Myanmar. And it has all the amazing benefits, all the amazing access across all the three different campuses. Next slide. So why Herriot University? You heard me talk about the prestige, but let me also bring it down for you by the numbers. From a ranking perspectives, we are ranked in the QS world ranking. How many universities are there in the entire world? Thousands and thousands and thousands of universities. We're ranked in the top tier elite, ranked 256 all across the world. And we, of course, are ranked number 32 in the UK. One of the things I really want you to also take a look at is on what's on the right, the undergraduate salaries. This is something that we really focus a lot on, is not only providing you with a top tier quality education, right? We want to make sure you have that stringent, those skill sets developed, all of that across our three campuses. But we also work really hard to make sure that you are securing the positions in your field, that you are also having a high salary, and that really goes into towards all the career support services that we provide. At each campus, you also have amazing career services fairs, opportunities all across. So we rank number two in the UK for having the highest undergraduate salaries from our graduating students, and actually rank number one in Scotland. But not only that, next slide, you can see here 95% of students, you are securing your employment in your field of study. And that's something that is, of course, very important. So one of the things I also wanted to showcase, as I mentioned before, we have three campuses. So you might be asking, well, Mr. Andrew, can I go between the campuses? Yes, actually, we have what's called the Go Global Inter-Campus Transfer. So as long as the major you are studying is available, let's say you want to start from Malaysia, and then you complete a year and then you want to go to Dubai or you want to go to Edinburgh, for example. As long as the major is available, then you can make that transfer in. So one of the great aspects is that it really expands the kind of experiences that you might have, and it also helps in terms of cost saving as well. Because even though it's one university, different campuses have different costs per year. So that's also something that I'm going to share as well later on. In terms of tuition reduction, as you saw here, in case you're looking to transfer to, let's say, from Malaysia to the UK, then you also are eligible for a 20% tuition fee waiver. And if you're looking to transfer to Dubai, then there's also a 10% tuition fee waiver. So that's one of the things that we really pride ourselves at Herriot University is making sure that students have opportunities and access as well as reductions in various tuition costs. So global college, if throughout the presentation, if you hear us talking about global college, that is what's referred to as the foundation pathway in. So for some students who might have a lower credentials, language proficiency, or etc., may still be accepted into what's called the foundation pathway or global college. But the best part is you're still integrated into the main campus. You're still studying along with other direct students and you're getting all the benefits, all the university experiences all throughout. So there's different, I would say, opportunities for you to enter Herriot University, whether it's direct or within a global college. And we're going to share those entry requirements with you in just a moment as well. Next slide. So one of the things that I also wanted to show you is a little bit of a viewpoint into what the cost could be. So if you are looking at it, let's say if you decide to study 3 years in Herriot, Malaysia, from a USD perspective, that is the overall tuition cost for a bachelor's degree at Herriot University, Malaysia, will be around 33,750. That is not the cost for 1 year. That is the cost for your 3 years graduating at Herriot, Malaysia. So great, once again, cost benefit. If you compare that to, let's say, the United States, some universities have the cost per year tuition of about 33,000. But at Herriot, Malaysia, that is the cost for the entire degree. So one of the things that a lot of students also look towards is doing an undergraduate at Herriot, Malaysia, and then doing a postgraduate overseas while having almost paid for less. So think of it as 2 degrees for the price of one US undergraduate degree. So very much a cost saving metric. As I talked about Go Global, what you can also do is perhaps even study 2 years in Malaysia. And then let's say decide I would like to do a year in Edinburgh. I want to have that UK experience. I want to also network with companies here in Edinburgh. Then you can see the cost slightly higher, but still very affordable, about 46,590. And that's for the entire degree. Or you can do 1 year at Herriot, Malaysia, and then transfer over to Herriot UK, completed in 2 years, and then you can see the cost a little bit higher because Edinburgh, the cost is quite high compared to, let's say, Malaysia or to Dubai. Still very cost affordable compared to the US, but I wanted to also show you the amazing benefits of the Go Global. You can either complete your degree here in Malaysia or go to Dubai or the UK. You have that flexibility as long as the major is available at those particular campuses. Next slide. So one university, three campuses, and that is something that you will see me talk about today. It's all the resources, all the benefits, it really is shared across all three campuses. However, be advised that different campuses do have different entry requirements, but the overall end result, that UK accredited degree, that is available for all students who graduate, whether it's Herriot, Malaysia, Herriot Dubai, or Herriot Edinburgh. And as I mentioned, it is very highly sought after by employers, and that's a benefit of the UK academic system. Employers know the quality of applicants that graduate from Herriot University across the three campuses, and they have a very, very strong placement rate. Next slide. So now I want to talk a little bit about the three different campuses. I will talk about Malaysia, and then my colleague Fardeen will do a quick summary recap about the other two. If you look at this particular backdrop, Malaysia, it really is the modern city in Asia. Beautiful infrastructures. There are so many different international companies. Malaysia is an international hub, and you will see me list some of those companies in just a few minutes. But the amount of support you have, the low cost of living, the salary packages offer, the work study access you get within Malaysia has so many benefits, which really is, I would say, appealing to so many international students. So the enrollment of Malaysia increases every single year. And it's a very modern campus. We opened in 2014. It's located in Putrajaya, and I'm going to show a little bit more about the different highlights of the city. But when you're thinking of just not just history and prestige, but within the campus in Malaysia, you're talking about modern technology resources embedded all across the different majors. So more about the city. If you're looking at things like safety, it's Malaysia, very of course, very very safe country compared to many others across the globe. But it's actually the city itself. Putrajaya is one of the safest places in Malaysia. And it's in close proximity to so many well-known tech and financial hubs like Kuala Lumpur, Selangor, and they're just 30 minutes away from campus. So it's an amazing place. You have that close proximity, and that's why we're able to bring in employers to come on campus and also take students across different degrees to visit the industries as well. So it's a really high-tech city, very green city as well, and it's a very modern city as well. This over here, it's a little bit of a snapshot. We have, of course, all amazing resources, amazing faculty from all across the globe. We have faculty members from who are, of course, previously taught at Edinburgh and now based in Malaysia. Some have also worked in Dubai, based in Malaysia. There's a lot of, I would say, support across the three campuses, as I mentioned, as well as local professors, but all are taught and are trained within the Herriot University education system. And that's why across the three campuses, it's almost synonymous. The synergy you have, it really is commonplace all throughout. For example, if you're taking, let's say, a Business 101 exam in Malaysia at the exact same date and time, the other campuses will be taking the exact same exam. And that's why to transfer between the campuses is a very streamlined process. So Harriet Watt Malaysia, some things to also just be cognizant of. We have multiple intakes for our global college, which is that pathway option in. But for direct, we have two intakes, traditionally a January and a September intake. One of the highlights, of course, the affordability factor. As I mentioned, you can graduate with a bachelor's degree from Herriot, Malaysia for the cost of 1 year tuition in the US. Very, very cost affordable. And of course, that go global, the opportunity you can transfer when you're in your degree, it really creates and provides students with an international scope of opportunities. And just as a note, this is for undergraduate students, not for postgraduate students. Just be cognizant of that. But one, I would say, main key factor is that in the UK, postgraduate degrees are generally across for most majors for 1 year. So it also helps in terms of your duration of time. Next. So these are some of the undergraduate degrees that are, of course, that we offer from actuarial science all the ways to statistical data science. They're very popular. Some ones, I would say, actual science, very popular these days. BBA, business administration, computing science, information systems with, of course, data analytics. The world runs on data, and of course, statistical data science. And we have amazing psychology degrees as well as quantity surveying. On the right, we have some well-known and very prestigious engineering degrees, as well as business degrees, marketing degrees that are very popular, finance degrees, accounting, and many more. So please feel free to take a look at that list as well. Next slide. And then I'm going to pass it over to my colleague Fardeen, who's going to do a quick overview on in terms of the admission criterias.
Thank you so much, Andrew. Hello, everyone. So, yeah, just to get ahead with Malaysia, Herriot Malaysia's admissions requirements. So, again, as Andrew mentioned, we have both of the undergraduate and postgraduate opportunities available in Malaysia. For the global college, for the foundation tracks, we have the UG foundation options available. So, in terms of any students who are here live or in person with us today, if they have done any GCSEs or British curriculum, then the minimum scores of what we require is 5 Cs. And obviously, we would need it to be in terms of the relevant subjects of the major that you're applying for. In case if we have any students who have pursued in the local entry curriculum, then we would need the basic education high school examination. And again, in terms of matriculation examination, it would be a minimum of 70% in the relevant subjects as well. We also do need an English test score, which is of IELTS 5.5 or equivalent, and with no subscore below 5.0. We do also accept additional English test scores as well, which you can also find out more details about on our websites. In case if you'd like to pursue pre-masters or foundation for master options, we only have that option available in the UK campus. If we have any students who would pursue direct entry, or if you want options in terms of having a direct entry option in Herriot Malaysia, then the entry requirements are likely to be between all triple Ds or between triple B in the A levels criteria, and again depending on the major. So in case if you have applied for business or engineering, it's likely to differ. The IELTS requirements would be between 5.5 and 6.0 with no subscore below 5.5. And for master students, in case if you have a local entry requirements from Myanmar, then we need an equivalent of 65% or 70% in order to get you equivalency of 2:2 or 2:1, which is usually second class upper division or second class lower division of the UK curriculum. For the master students, we would need an IELTS of 6.0 with no subscore below 5.5, and that's the way of getting admitted into Herriot Malaysia.
Thank you very much, Fardeen. On this particular slide, I also want to kind of give an estimated cost of attendance just for your visibility as well. I have two different currency. It's in pounds, obviously, because the UK system, it's pounds. But I also, for those of you who are more familiar with the USD, the US dollar equivalents, I've also listed it here as well for your awareness. But just to give a quick example, the general direct tuition and fees, you're looking at about 10,513 pounds per year. And then housing and dining, it can vary across because of the option you decide to choose. If you're living, let's say, a little bit farther away, then it might be a little bit cheaper. The average can generally range, but still very significantly less than the US. On average, I would say from a USD standpoint, students will pay around 250, 400 USD per month in terms of like housing, for example. So I gave a general range of the cost. It's around 13,186 in terms of pounds. But one of the things that is quite interesting is, of course, the scholarship aspect. So as I mentioned here, scholarship upon review. So when an application is submitted, and the student receives their offer, it is then automatically sent for consideration for scholarship. So based on your merit, based on your academics, the department will then award X number of value. To put into perspective, I would say roughly the average scholarship that some students receive was between about 2,000 to 5,000 USD. So that kind of puts into the general tuition, housing, and dining. The overall cost that most students on average paid was about 13,558 USD for the academic year. Significantly less. That's including tuition, housing, dining, all of those. So it is a great cost saving metrics, as I mentioned previously. Next slide. So opportunities in Malaysia. Some of the great aspects, especially within the kind of relationship that Malaysia has with Myanmar. Myanmar students, and this is a recent news, just happened this month, so I'm really happy to share. Myanmar, the country, has now been added to the Malaysia Graduate Pass, or what's referred to as the Social Visit Pass. And what that means is that students who graduate are then able to work a year in Malaysia, whether you want to travel or you want to work. Most students will generally say, I would like to start to enter the workforce, but they're now able to now enter in what's called the graduate pass. So the benefits, of course, very straightforward. You can work in Malaysia for a year. No particular employer sponsorship is needed. You can also have a Malaysian citizen sponsor you, so it doesn't have to be a particular organization, but some students, of course, prefer to have that. It is valid for 12 months after your graduation, and as well as your dependents can also join you as well. So that is a recent update. Myanmar has now been added to the Malaysia Graduate Pass. Now looking at additional opportunities in Malaysia, if you look at the bottom right, these are a list of some companies, and of course, all of them, I would say, might be quite familiar to you. Alphabet Incorporated, the parent company of Google, for example, ExxonMobil, Huawei, Intel, Panasonic, Nestle, Samsung, LG as well, but Oracle, T-Systems, Dell, IBM, DHL, Microsoft, Nvidia, and it can go on and on and on. All of them have a branch or location within major cities across Malaysia. So when I talk about an international hub, that is one of the great benefits of Malaysia. You have access to so many different opportunities. There are three particular cities and locations that I want to highlight. Cyberjaya, it's the equivalent to Silicon Valley. So if any of our tech students out there, it's Malaysia Silicon Valley, and there are so many different technology companies and startups all throughout Cyberjaya. Penang, Center for Finance, Electronics Manufacturing, IT Software Development, and of course Kuala Lumpur, which is might be the most familiar to you. The city, it's a capital city, but not only is it a vibrant technology scene, but it's also a very vibrant finance sector as well. So all across, you have so many different opportunities all throughout because of the hub, the location, the companies that are located there. Our students secure amazing internships, the amazing job placements post-graduation. Now I'm going to pass it over to my colleague Fardeen to talk about Edinburgh and Dubai.
Thank you so much, Andrew. So hello everyone. I'm going to share my experience about Herriot University Dubai and also about Herriot University Edinburgh. So to start off with the Edinburgh campus, obviously Edinburgh campus is the first campus of Herriot University. It's the mother campus or the home campus of what we call it. In case if you haven't ever visited Edinburgh, then first things first, if you are interested, you need to definitely get all of your warm clothes at the earliest time possible. The conditions in terms of weathers are definitely at an all-time cold. You will only find sun for about 2 weeks, but you might have definitely seen Edinburgh through many movies. In case if we have any Harry Potter fans over here, or if we have any James Bond fans over here, you might have definitely seen the city and many of its castles in majority of these movies. A lot of the shootings are usually taking place in Edinburgh itself. Uh, sorry about that. In terms of the city itself, it's one of the safest cities that you're going to find in the UK, and it's a very small city to navigate yourself as well. It has actually been acclaimed as a very walkable city as well. So you're going to find a lot of local pubs, a lot of local restaurants, as well as a lot of local supermarkets as well. So students can easily navigate themselves and find every bit of information, every bit of supplies that they need while they're pursuing their undergraduate or graduate degrees here at Herriot, Edinburgh. And at the same time, we also do have shuttle buses available to bring students towards the city because the campus is located about 30 minutes away from the main city center. We also do have amazing events and fairs happening on the weekends, such as aqua ventures, aqua parks, or even in terms of amusement parts, which our students can definitely take a part in terms of studying or in terms of even like working in these amazing parks. So our students will definitely have an amazing time while pursuing their degrees here at Herriot, Edinburgh. We do have about 127 undergraduate degree options to choose from. At the same time, we also do have 130 PG programs to choose from over here. So again, we definitely have all of the opportunities in terms of UG and PG. And not to mention, we also do have the foundation programs available in both UG and PG here at Herriot, Edinburgh. Here's the quick overview of how our campus looks like in the Edinburgh campus. So if you were to see on the top end of the map over here, so we have all of the basic facilities of our Herriot campus over there. In the bottom sections, in the buildings which are painted white, they are actually the national sporting facilities as well as the national research facilities that we have. Majority of Scotland's national research facilities and experiences are taking place over here itself. So our students have the first-hand hands-on experience to explore when it comes to being a student and also in terms of getting real-world experiences. We also do have a lot of accommodation facilities available in the Herriot Edinburgh campus, which our students can definitely utilize in order to have their accommodation set, because we pretty much have all of the facilities in order to provide our students with staying here in the Herriot Edinburgh campus. In terms of the requirements, we do have the foundation programs available for both UG and PG, as I mentioned earlier. So the requirements that we go about is in terms of A levels or the UK curriculum. But in case if our students from Myanmar or Myanmar need to definitely find requirements, we require a minimum of 50 percentage for grade 11 students, and or anything above is also recommended for the relevant subjects that they are applying for. So mainly in English or mathematics is what we're looking for. In case if the students are looking to pursue their pre-masters, which is basically a foundation track for the master's students, then we need a 50 percentage minimum in your 4 years bachelor's degree that you have already completed. And if you're looking for a pre-master's accelerated program, which is a shorter foundation program for our master's students, then we're looking for a 65 percentage minimum in your 4 years undergraduate degrees. For the English test scores for foundation tracks for UG and PG, we're looking at an overall score of 5.5 and no subscore below 5.5 as well for all of the foundation tracks in the UG and PG options. In case of our students want to get direct entry into UG and PG tracks at Herriot Edinburgh, then we also do accept our students who have the British curriculum, and then we try to convert your local entry curriculums into the British curriculum. So we, on an average, we look for something which is about BBC or until the range of AAAs. This will definitely be looked in terms of all of the relevant subjects that we need in terms of the major that you're applying for. For master students, again, we look at an equivalency in the range of 65 percentage to up to 70 percentage for students who have completed the bachelor's in Myanmar. And again, for the English test scores, which are mandatory to be submitted, we look for an overall score of 6.0 with no subscore below 5.5. Now, when you look at the precast interview system for students, in terms of the precast system, our students are going to have a very streamlined process in order to pursue their degrees in the Edinburgh campus. You would definitely have to complete an interview process, and our enrollment services team will be completely supporting our students in order to pursue their undergraduate or master's degree in the Edinburgh campus. So your first step would definitely be to submit the deposit, and after this point, you will be supported by our enrollment services team for the interview, and then the CAS documents will be issued. Please note that the CAS documents will not be issued without the completion of the interview, which is a very crucial step in your pre-CAS interview system. The opportunities in the UK. So obviously post-graduation, students definitely look for what are the best opportunities available at the disposal, because now that they have the degrees in their hand. As Andrew mentioned earlier, you will definitely be getting a UK certified degree in all three campuses. But what happens when you graduate in the UK campus itself? So first things first, you can work up to 2 years upon graduation in Edinburgh. So again, that's a very good relief for our students, as they will definitely have all of these amazing opportunities. Off-campus working opportunities are also available while they pursue their undergraduate and graduate degrees. So our students can work up to 20 hours per week, both on and off campus. We do have amazing on-campus opportunities, such as for lab assistants, or even in terms of business requirements, or our students can definitely work for the student council as well. In case if we have any summer breaks or any winter breaks, which we call as the semester break, our students can work longer hours of up to 40 hours per week, which will allow them of more experiences and more paid opportunities. And again, in terms of career opportunities, we definitely do have a slide coming up which will explain about all of the amazing companies that have been hiring on campus. But again, we do have amazing events happening off campus as well. And our students can definitely utilize this in order to network with these organizations and find international companies who can recruit them. And again, they can have amazing experiential opportunities. Finally, we have the Dubai campus. Now, the Herriot Dubai campus personally is very close to me, considering I have pursued my undergraduate and I'm currently doing my master's degree here as well. But again, it's the city of dreams. You might have heard a lot about Dubai in the recent newses, because we have Labubus in trend right now. We have also had Dubai chocolate in trend a couple of months ago. And again, it's a very trendy city, but again, it's also a very good city in terms of exploring your dreams and definitely pursuing your undergraduate or master's degree itself. Global tourism hub, for sure it is. And in terms of entertainment, it is also number one considered city. You are definitely going to find amazing climate conditions over here, although we do have very harsh heats or summers. But again, our winters also no less, because our students will definitely have amazing entertainment opportunities in some of the amusement parks or aquaventure parks, or even amazing activities such as skydivings, or even having rooftop walkings, and also at the top, which you can see here at Burj Khalifa. It's a very safe city, and I must say this for every kid, woman, and children as well. It's very safe for students to be outside 24/7. There's nothing to worry about. We do have apps in order to navigate themselves across the city, but at the same time, we also do have public transportations. We have 24/7 police available through apps, and we also have a safeguard app on Herriot campus as well. It's a modernly designed capital. So again, you're definitely going to see a lot of changes coming up every year or every day as well with Dubai. And it tends to make sure that it's easier for people to definitely make sure that they have a best standard of living. Employment opportunities are definitely amazing for students, as they can work 15 to 20 hours per week. This will definitely allow them with paid internships as well as experiential opportunities. Tax-free income is definitely a very crucial point here, as students will be able to earn everything for their own and nothing is relevant towards tax. And finally, Global Knowledge Hub. We are located in Knowledge Village or Knowledge Park, which has about 4,500 organizations surrounding our campus. We literally have the Google building next to us. We have Cisco Systems, we have 3M, we have Amazon, we have Microsoft, and the list keeps going. So our students will definitely be able to network with these organizations themselves, or they can also find these organizations during some of the career fairs that we have about 4 to 5 times a year. Herriot University Dubai is actually the newest campus that we have in among the three campuses overall. And this campus tends to accommodate everything possible from our UK campus, making sure that our students have the best possible undergraduate and graduate opportunities available while they pursue their degrees at Herriot Dubai. We have a degree choosing from in engineering, from business tracks, from marketing tracks, in terms of arts as well, and many more which they can find. We have about 27 UG programs and 59 PG programs here in Dubai campus. In case if you're interested in the Dubai campus, we definitely do have more flexible opportunities for foundation tracks in UG, which is for Myanmar students, you would need a minimum of 70% for your high school examinations. Or if you want a little bit of an advanced foundation track, then it will be about 80% in terms of your basic high school examination. And we would need an IELTS score of 5.5 with no sub score below 5. In case if we have any pre-master students here or foundation of master students here, unfortunately, we don't have those available in the Dubai campus. That's only available in the Edinburgh campus. And again, in terms of the typical entry requirements of direct entries, then we will definitely accept Myanmar test scores, but we would definitely need to convert them to the British curriculum. But on an average, we look for something between CCD and PCC, or if in case you have AS levels, then it's 4Bs or AAA and B in the range of the relevant subjects that are required for the major that you applied for. And in case if we have any students for the master's track, again, the requirements remain the same across all three campuses, which is between 65% to up to 70% in the majors that you've applied for. And again, for the direct entry, we need IELTS of 6.0 with no subscore below 5 for both UG and PG. In terms of the estimate cost comparison, I'd like to pass it back on to Andrew. Andrew, if you'd like to share your
Great.
side about.
Thank you so much, Fardeen. So now you've heard it here, folks, from about the three different types of campuses within, once again, one university system. But I also know it's important to kind of take a look at the overall cost of range. So I have here a comparison chart. I've been answering a few questions in the chat. Thank you so much, Sophie, for asking those amazing questions. One of the things I wanted to highlight once again was really there is a campus for everyone. It just really depends on the type of experience or ambiance you might be looking for. And each different campus has something unique to itself. So it really factors into what is the most preferential component to what really drives you to select whichever of the campuses we offer. UK, for example, we have scholarships, and these are pretty straightforward scholarships for our graduate students, our master's degree students. There are scholarships for equating to about a little over 2,000 per year. As we mentioned, postgraduate is generally a one-year degree across most majors. So you're looking at about 2,034 for the entire program off, for example. In terms of undergraduate, where it's usually across a few years, we have broken down by semester, but essentially the cost per year scholarships is up to 2,034 USD. In terms of Dubai, there's different, I would say, opportunities for students. There are things that's called merit scholarships, and then there are things such as discounts or what's called monthly discounts. So to talk about June, for example, because we're currently in the month of June, there is a year one, a one-time discount of 5,000 dirhams, AED, is the currency of UAE, which is the country where Dubai is the city, and that amounts to about 1,361 USD. That is the discount a student will have for the first year, but that's not including things such as scholarships. So when a student applies and they receive an offer, they're also then considered for merit scholarships, and that can really range. It might be 30% off their tuition, 40% off, or even 50% off the tuition. But that merit scholarship is broken down across all years within their Dubai, their time in on the Dubai campus. So for example, let's say if you received 20,000 USD scholarship, then that one might be broken down to 10,000, 10,000, or sorry, 5,000, 5,000, etc. Or if it's, let's say, about 50,000 USD, then it'll be broken down, equal across the different years. So different scholarships, different opportunities, but Dubai, you have your merit scholarship and you have your discount. In Malaysia, you can see that the cost is significantly less in terms of the undergraduate programs here. So within our undergraduate as well as our postgraduate scholarships, those do go for very similar to Dubai merit consideration. So based on the student's academics, so based on your academics, your transcripts from high school, if you're looking to go into undergrad, or for your bachelor's degree, if you're looking to go for your master's degree, all of those are reviewed by the department, and then a scholarship is awarded, and then you are then informed on your offer letter as well. And it can really range depending on the student's background. So to put into perspective, for example, as I mentioned, it ranged from this year so far, I've seen scholarships from 2,000 USD all the way up to even 4,000 USD and 5,000 USD. Really just ranges based on the student's academics. Next slide. So accommodations, Fardeen, I'm gonna pass it back to you.
Thank you so much, Andrew. So for accommodations, we definitely do have amazing opportunities in Edinburgh as we have on-campus housing opportunities. I believe we have two separate types of rooms available, which our students will definitely be able to stay at. But again, we do have outsourced housing options, which our students are definitely free to utilize as well if they wish to go ahead with those. In the Dubai and Malaysia campus, we don't have any on-campus housing opportunities as everything is off-campus. So we will be able to provide you with some of the resources which will support you in order to find the best housing opportunity for you. We have housing options which are in a close proximity of about 5 minutes or up to 20 to 30 minutes in the Dubai campus. And for Malaysia campus, everything in terms of off-campus housing is around 15 to 20 minutes away. So again, there is flexibility for students to choose whichever housing they need. In case if even if they do have any friends or relatives who are staying in Dubai or Malaysia or Edinburgh, and if they'd like to stay with them, there is no complications in those matters and there's no restrictions. Our students can definitely reside with whoever they're comfortable with. Um, right. In terms of the career support, well, Andrew, would you like to take ahead on
No,
this?
no, you can cover this one. I can cover that next slide.
Sure. All right. So in terms of Herriot University's global career support, as it's said in the title itself, global career support, our career team is combined together with Herriot Malaysia, Dubai, and Edinburgh. Therefore, we have career consultants across all three campuses who are connected well together with international organizations as well. We have career fairs happening in all three campuses. I believe in Edinburgh, we have it about 4 times a year. In Malaysia, it's between 3 to 4 times a year. And in Dubai, it's around 4 to 5 times a year of where we have these amazing career fairs. Other than those, our students will also be able to meet with the career team as and when they like in order to find some of the opportunities that are there on campus and off campus as well. This makes it easier for our students to find the best experience as well as have the best paid opportunities when it comes to being a Herriot University student as well. Placement coordinators are also available on campus. This will help our students to have industry placements and also in terms of supporting our students in terms of the applications. Some of the career workshops are also available, such as CV building or resume building, interview prep, mock interview sessions, and pretty much everything is available in all three campuses of ours as well. Additional to this, some of the majors that we have at Herriot University across all three campuses do also have some of the industry visits or company visits itself. This will allow our students to network face to face with some of these amazing companies that are internationally recognized, which will allow our students to get hands-on experiences into real life exposure. Some of the top global companies that have been currently hiring for Herriot students are listed here. So you can definitely review this list, and it's definitely growing throughout these amazing years to come. The career fairs that have been going on throughout the years. So this is the picture from the Edinburgh campus. In between is from the Malaysia campus, and on the right is from the Dubai campus. And here are some of the students that have visited some of the companies during their undergraduate and graduate degrees at Herriot University. So again, we definitely like to make sure that our students are visiting some of these organizations to their professors as well as in while they're pursuing their courses. This will allow our students to definitely have more hands-on experiences and to see how these organizations really function in the day-to-day life. So the industry visits companies which were placed in Malaysia is from Juristech, Sunway Construction, and even in terms of Asian banking schools, and all of these were in Malaysia.
So one of the things I also want to highlight is when you're looking at, I would say, what really helps students secure placement rates, and you saw across a Harriet Watt system, 95% in your chosen field, and then the rest generally go to either higher studies and maybe doctoral studies or maybe even a master's degree afterwards. But it's a focus of preparing you while you're a student for your industry. So let's say you're looking to go into business. Let's say it's going to be in IT or engineering or liberal arts, whichever it may be. Your faculty member, your support system, your advisors, along with your career services support team, and that global presence is that we have reaches all throughout. Whether you're looking to maybe work in a different country, let's say you graduate Malaysia, but you want to go into a different country to work, or maybe you graduated from Dubai and you want to work in Malaysia, or etc. We have network connections all throughout. We have local connections, international connections, and that really makes, I would say, Harry Watt stand out across any other university, even within the UK system itself, is the fact that we have that amazing streamlined connection, that process, that go global opportunity for you as a student. And not only bringing industries to you, we have, as Fardeen showed in the previous slide, so many different companies that come to actively recruit within our career fairs, but we also bring students to the industries to get to really know the different people that are working in various positions to start networking. And that's how students are really able to secure the amazing opportunities that they have post graduation as well. So it really is that wraparound support system that Harriet Watt, not only from an academic side, that rigorous academic, key academic support, but from a career services standpoint, making sure that you have those opportunities lined up.
Um, One more thing that I'd like to add on over here is that we also do have some of the student success stories which are shown live on campus as well. Majority of our alumni are pretty much visiting our campus on every semester basis. So our professors try to connect with some of the alumni who are currently placed in amazing organizations. And these students definitely come back to campus and they are sometimes taking up one of or two of the subjects or the classes that are there in Herriot all across all three campuses. And they try to share their experiences and they try to put their input on how the current market scenario is and how the current organizations are functioning. This definitely allows our students to connect with this organization and this alumni as well. We also do have a Herriot Alumni Club where students will be easily able to connect with some of the alumni that have been there at Herriot University. And not only will this help them to know more about the campus, but this will also help them to network with some of them in order to find internship placements or even full-time opportunities once they graduate. So again, this is a really good opportunity and really good initiative that we have started at Herriot, making our students post-graduation life easier.
Thanks, Fardeen. Next slide. So, one of the things that really stands out, why Harry Watt University, really straightforward, is the access to our global campus, our Go Global opportunity. So we have three locations, as you mentioned, Edinburgh, Dubai, Malaysia. So think of it as you now have a network of engagement, of access across three different countries in the UK, in the UAE, as well as Malaysia. Malaysia in particular, that affordability is 1 degree. It's the same UK degree. It's the same UK system, the same Harry Watt University. But the campus itself, you can actually have a bachelor's degree from Malaysia if you want to complete all 3 years. Fantastic. And then go to the US, complete your postgraduate, and those 2 degrees will still equal the cost of one bachelor's degree in the United States. So when you're looking at it from a cost perspective, as my Gen Z students will always say, the math is mathing, right? It just makes sense. It is a great financial benefit to many parents and students. The rankings itself, QS World Ranking 256. You saw me talk about the rankings from Scotland, from the UK, but even having that international, that world ranking really puts Harry Watt University in the top elite class. And of course, outcomes. None of this matters if our students are not securing amazing opportunities in their chosen field. And that's what we push for students. And our students, as you can see here, 95% secure a job within their profession. And that continues to be the case every single year. So really just excited to have more of your amazing students out there, all of you hardworking individuals. We know whether it's going to be Malaysia, Dubai, or Edinburgh, all three campuses, whichever you decide, I know will be a perfect fit for you. Amazing benefits all throughout. And of course, we have amazing scholarships all throughout. So thank you all so much. There were a few questions before. Let's see. So one of the things, that's a great question. So each university or each country will be a little bit different. There are certain, of course, requirements in case things like visas that have to be accounted for. So we have our enrollment services team who works and they work with different countries. For example, in the UK, Edinburgh, there's different requirements like the pre-CAS interviews, and then students have the CAS created, submitted for them to then apply. In Dubai, it's a little bit, I would say, easier. Some students may able to come on a tourist visa, for example, and then switch over to a student visa or even complete it before. There's different kind of steps that are really accessible. Malaysia, of course, there are different components, health checks across most universities, I'm sorry, most locations. But we have an enrollment services teams that support students. Some students are able to come a few weeks prior to get settled in, and really just depends once again on the location. In terms
Just
of,
to add on that,
yeah.
yeah. So, with UK campus, the usual time for getting the visa is between 5 to 6 weeks. For the Dubai campus, it's up to 1 week. Because it's much easier with Dubai considering everything is e-visa. And for Malaysia, it's between 3 to 4 weeks to get the visa. So again, pretty much your visa is the main point of view of finding out when you can arrive on campus, and that's the estimate timeline of when you can get it. Sure. Thank you, Andrew.
Let's see. So internships easy to find. So one of the things I always tell students is it's a two-way street. You have to put the work in order to secure great internships. And that's why having that support system in place every single semester really benefits students within the Herriot, not only the academic team, but also the career services team. And then really just leveraging your faculty support to secure internships. That are some of the key metrics. So when you're a student, I always tell any student that I talk to for any different campuses, really put your effort in, making sure you know the industries, start networking, attend the career fairs, attend the lectures, the workshops. Those students are the ones who secure amazing internships. Um, Fardeen, you want to talk about the accommodation question?
Sure. So, is accommodation on campus or off campus better? So, technically, the only on-campus accommodation we have is in the UK campus. I would highly recommend to go ahead with the on-campus opportunity for Edinburgh campus, considering it's much cheaper. If you are to stay off campus, everything is a little bit further away from the campus side, so it's going to be difficult for students to commute. And again, it's a little bit expensive if you stay off campus. For Dubai and Malaysia, we don't have on-campus facilities, so you have to stay off campus. We really don't share and estimate pricing for that. What Andrew showed was just the average of what you find outside. But again, it's very simple for students to choose from. We will be providing you with the resources which are there available off campus. But again, in case if your students find something even more cheaper or even more better to stay with some of their relatives or friends, they can definitely do that. So it's easier to find accommodation facilities.
The follow-up question, the cost of living for students in Singapore. I mean, Singapore, of course, it's right right on the doorsteps of Malaysia. Singapore, it's going to be more costly than Malaysia. So generally, students who are studying in Herriot, Malaysia, prefer to live in Malaysia because the cost of living is significantly less. Singapore is the cost of living is a little bit higher, maybe a little bit more higher than Malaysia. So just bear in mind as well. It can generally range in a year. You might be looking at 5, 6, 7, 8,000. Just depends on the location as well in terms of Singapore. In terms of the companies, if you can share that slide for Dean, perfect. So these are some of the companies that come every year consistently. Not just these, are, of course, many, many more that come throughout. Malaysia, for example, put into perspective, LG is also in Malaysia, and there's LG. If you look at it, there's like LG Energy, LG Electronics, LG Construction. There's many different branches within LG. Same thing as Samsung. There's some Samsung Electronics. There's Hyundai Electronics. There's many different aspects of it. So there's many different types of companies across different industries that do come to recruit. Some, for example, in Malaysia, is just right there, so it's easy to come in. Dubai, for example, as Fardeen mentioned, IBM, Google, they're literally a Windows approach away from campus. If you're at the student lounge, you can actually see IBM, Microsoft right at the doorstep in Google as well. So students students are able to secure those amazing opportunities. And all of those companies have branches in all throughout, whether it's going to be the UK, whether it's going to be in Malaysia, in Patruja or nearby or in Dubai. So you have that close proximity. In terms of I'm gonna skip one of the questions and I'm gonna have Fardeen talk about it. But in terms of like the UK campuses, Malaysia compared to let's say Dubai, compared to the Edinburgh, it really depends on the type of, I would say, environment a student is looking for. As we mentioned, the academic structure is the same. When you have exams, whether if you're a business student and you're having an exam, it's going to be the same whether you are studying in Edinburgh or you're going to be studying in Dubai. That's the benefit of the Go Global. And that's why students are able to do a year, transfer, and they don't fall behind. It's the same system, it's the same academic structure. And that's one of the key benefits. So, from an academic standpoint, is the exact same thing. The degree is the exact same thing. Of course, the cost will be different. Edinburgh will be significantly higher than the cost to Malaysia. In terms of even as Fardeen mentioned, weather, for example, the weather in Dubai will be very different than the weather in Edinburgh. So there's different things that are, I would say, tangibly different. The kind of people you might meet, the environment you might meet will be different across the three campuses just because of where it's located in the Middle East, in Asia, in the UK. Those are three distinct different regions. That will be the difference, but from an academic standpoint, from a career services standpoint, those will be the same. And Fardeen, if you can answer that question about the Go Global kind of transfer.
Sure. So I think there was a question before that.
Mm.
Are
Yep.
the internships or industrial training opportunities? Yes, there are definitely a lot of internships and industrial training opportunities that we have. So Herriot University, based on which country they are located in, so let's say Herriot Dubai, they try to connect with some of the local based companies and try to have some of the industry visits with these organizations. And when the industry visits are going on, the companies would directly then speak or approach to the students and ask for some of the internship opportunities that they have or some of the placement opportunities that they are currently promoting. This way, it will be a hands-on one-on-one experience where students will be able to connect with the local based company. And in terms of internships, yes, we do have a lot of career fairs happening, so our students will find these opportunities then. But at the same time, we also do have a lot of on-campus opportunities as well, which have been promoted every time. We have an app for pretty much Herriot University, Dubai, Edinburgh, and Malaysia. This app will definitely allow our students to find out all the opportunities that are currently being promoted, or our students can definitely connect with the professors directly. They can also try to be a part of some of the research opportunities that are currently going on the campus, considering we are also a research university as well. The other question which I see over here was, can students transfer to the UK campus during the course? Uh, yes and no. When I say yes, I mean if you are eligible and if you do definitely have the course available in the UK campus, you can transfer, but you would have to complete your first year of undergraduate degree in your home campus, which is Malaysia, and then you can move to the UK campus. So let's say if you have 3 years of undergraduate degree going on, your first year would have to complete, first year would be of 2 semesters. You would have to complete 2 semesters, aka your first year in Malaysia, and then you can move on to the UK campus. Herriot themselves will send you an email as soon as your first academic year is complete, whether asking you whether you would want to transfer to the UK or the Dubai campus. As soon as you approve of this, they will request for some of the documents, and everything will be taken forward by Herriot itself. So it's a very streamlined process. Between the months of April until August is when the transitioning process will take place. And as soon as September starts, you will be in the next campus. Let's say if it's Dubai or the UK campus, you'll be there and you'll be starting your second academic year. The only condition over here, as I mentioned earlier, is the fact that your major should be available in UK or Dubai. Uh, one point which I wanted to add on about how you would compare the Malaysia campus to the UK campus. Uh, Among all three campuses, Herriot is definitely very similar across all three campuses. Again, in terms of academics, The curriculum, which you're going to find across all three campuses, is the same. The exam timings and the exam structure is going to be exactly the same as well. There are times where some of the professors from the UK campus are also taking online classes for both Malaysia and Dubai students, because again, the curriculum is completely the same, and the main course leaders are in the UK campus. So there might be some of these guest appearances happening as well. And again, since they can't travel to all three campuses, they would definitely have some of the online classes as well. So our students will definitely be connected to the main Edinburgh campus as well as the Dubai campus, even though they're not there physically. And the structure of what we have for the campus for all three of them, they're definitely having all of the labs and all of the facilities which you might find in the Edinburgh campus. So Dubai campus, for example, we have all of the labs which you can find in the Edinburgh campus, such as the automotive labs, the constructive labs. We can find the energy labs, the robotics labs, and pretty much everything. Although it's not the same size at the Edinburgh campus, because obviously the Edinburgh campus is huge. But then we definitely do have a lot of these small branches in Dubai campus. And that same aspect goes for the Malaysia campus, because we're trying to make sure that the students feel that they are in Edinburgh itself and they have all of the resources which the Edinburgh students would definitely have as well. So again, once you are in Herriot, Malaysia, you're pretty much going to have the same experience of what you would have in Herriot, UK as well. And I believe that's all for the questions. Andrew, do you see any questions which we have missed out on, or?
I think that was it. Locke, I'm just gonna pass it back to you in case there's any other follow-ups.
Thank you, Andrew. Hi, Sue. Yeah, so we don't see any more questions coming from the audience. So yeah.
Yes, there is no question anymore. So we will end our webinar. Uh,
Perfect. Well, I just want to say thank you all so much. And really to reiterate, one of the key benefits of Herriot University, one, simplify, one university, three campuses. You have the UK accredited degree, which is globally recognized, globally wanted. You're going to be able to secure that affordability across the different options, as well as the prestige. So whether you choose Herriot Malaysia, you choose Herriot Dubai, you choose Herriot Edinburgh, you're getting the same quality of academics. The cost will be different. For my cost-conscious individuals, Malaysia, one of the best choices, and you get still the same high quality academics with the career services support. So really looking forward to having you at one of our amazing campuses. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Fadin. And thank
Thanks so
you,
much.
yes, team.
Bye,
thank you
everyone.
for your presentation and thank you for your time. Your presentation is really good and we got a lot of information from you. And can you tell me a welcome message from our Myanmar student?
Okay, so you can contact me as a key contact for the Myanmar markets. And one thing I would like to add before we leave the webinar today, very important, because we know what's happening now in United States, very unpredictable. However, remember, every president in United States can stay only for the just twice, no more. Okay, and unfortunately, the travel ban was applied for the Burmese students recently. However, nobody knows that when the travel ban is lifted in the future. So if that comes to reality, so for the shoreline side, we totally and strongly support for the students if they have the plan to transfer to United States. So on the impacted student who would like to transfer after the 1 year or 2 year from either campus among three campuses with the Herriot University in Dubai, Edinburgh, or Malaysia can be applied for maximum scholarship for international students. Okay, so yeah, we try all the way we can do to support the students. So come to Herriot University, the student have very open and wide opportunity for study complete 3 years or transfer internally among three campuses or transfer out to US. And remember, Malaysia stay very, the key option for the student in terms of the finance benefit. Okay, so to complete the whole degree in Malaysia is about like 1/3 compared with the other in compared with the Edinburgh in Scotland, UK option. Okay, so yeah, to just recap a little bit more about that. And now, thank you so much for everyone to join the webinar today. So we are always available to support anytime you have any question and or you need any support.
Thank you for your today attending our webinar. Thank you, Andrew, and thank you, Farhan. Thank you, Lo. We got really information from you. If we have a time, we will see you again in next webinar.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you and bye-bye.
Thank you,
Bye,
everyone.
everyone.